We're at Promenade Apartments.
Alright, 1 second.
We have a director tonight. Got a couple lights here, I think. This is clearly far more water than it needs to grow, right? Very green, lush surface area here. Gotta wonder, it's thick. On the sidewalk, seems pretty strange. I've written to these people and asked them to change and to look at the videos, and they say that aren't we all to blame? And I don't know how I'm to blame. For all of this, how am I to blame? Why would you, as the property manager, write to me and say, well, I'm to blame? Because I know how to water things better than this. You can hear the water, it's loud. Disgusting. And this is going to go on for the whole property, which will probably get kicked out of here before then. Here we are in the middle, getting wet in the middle here. I don't know what they're trying to grow.
Alright, let me just
Try to be insulting. And then it is.
Are you filming? No.
I am, always.
Okay, let me just show that you are filming. Just like that, if you can't. Yeah.
So, in the drought where it's been 4 years with hardly any rain, where 50% of American produce and a large percentage of other foods come from, 40% of all commerce passes through California in America, this is just going down the drain with no usage whatsoever. We could water this grass with a few bottles by hand, or with a couple of sprinklers set up properly. Do you need a sprinkler every, what is this?
So, can you explain to us, you're going to put your video on the website after that?
On YouTube, and which will link it on Twitter, and then I will send it to this company again and ask them to change. And to the city actually as well.
What are you looking for through filming video of drought shaming?
This shows, I'm hoping for change. There is no shame in change. But what these videos show the volume of water that is going down the drain. And that's why I like to video, because we see the actual volume. People say, oh, you're making fun of a little old lady watering her garden. That's not what I see as the most problem. It is landlords, and it is the government, including the schools and parks, that are allowing this type of things to happen on their property.
But you're going to put the address, you're going to put the name.
There's an entire YouTube playlist dedicated to this apartment complex.
So, meaning that you're looking for people change their attitude?
Yes. But when I wrote to them and asked them about it and showed them, they said that aren't we all to blame, is how she ended it. And took no responsibility and said they've done great steps to cut back. Can you imagine how much water they must have been using before if this is cutting back?
Are you doing that for the planet? For shaming people?
Yeah. It started as a way to make fun of California, because I moved here from somewhere else, New York. And I thought everyone would think it was funny how stupid this was, but very soon afterwards I realized that it's a major issue, because I started to see it everywhere, and I do see it almost everywhere I go.
Alright, so if you don't mind staying right here, I'm just gonna do one shot from here. Alright, 1 minute.
Jacques and Regis.
Yeah, you have a good light.
It took me a while to figure that out.
Alright, let me find a good spot.
That's a swear word for the people at
I
home.
like to say like that.
This right here is a trough of water too. I don't know if that's coming out on this shot, but this is the Promenade Apartments, the ones that I wrote to and have been asking them to stop, that put me on their email list. They think it's funny and it's a joke, and they ended their reply to me that aren't we all to blame. So this video has been going on right now for 6 minutes, and it was already soaking wet when we got here. How many gallons of water, or liters, are going down the drain right here? How many are not even making it to the drain? They're over here, they're just going to dry up over there. And this is just one part of this building. It goes on through the whole night, every Friday. Seen it on a Wednesday also. In this giant, many-acre complex. This whole town is like this. This town is called Santa Clarita. And I'm a fan of the people here that I've met. But all the neighborhoods are like this. All of the buildings are like this.
Keep going, just for one last one.
And all of the, oh, look at that. That looks like the battle for America in 1776 in the morning. But it's not smoke, it's water. The businesses, the government, and the residents all waste water here in Santa Clarita. It hasn't rained in over 2 months, and it only rained for 2 days. It's rained about 10 days this whole year. Who do you think you are to do this? Why do I have to cut back in my apartment, but apartment buildings throughout Southern California are allowed to do this night after night after night after night? Governor Brown, is anybody else outraged? 8 minutes, non-stop, and it was already happening before we got here. Do you see this in Sacramento?
Not exactly
Not
like that.
like this.
This
What I'm
is,
going to ask you, just one shot,
yep.
because I followed you this way. I'm just going to ask you to do it the exact same way, so from here to there.
Okay.
And I'm just going to try to do it right here.
Oh. Might be slowing down,
Just 1 sec.
and then it will pop up somewhere else.
You can do it. You can do it.
Not in a good spot, but we'll go somewhere else. And it's funny because it's still big yellow spots. Because they have no idea how to grow anything. Video 1. This is why I wear sandals now. Right to there. There's America's future. California's future.
So, one thing that you want to focus on is that property like that, they spending a lot of water, and at the same time people have to,
Keep coming.
cut off the.
Yes, regular people.
So it's not fair. It's not fair.
It's certainly not fair.
I'm coming.
Certainement. It's not. Certainement. It's not fair at all. But it's. I mean, I don't care about fair life.
No, I mean that.
It's hypocrites.
It's ridiculous to.
Yeah. Look at that. So you don't even. I never have to go. I find one place in this town and I never make it. My idea is to go to many places. And I can't because wherever I end up, it's already horrible. This grass is already wet from this spray, but now it's getting watered again by this. These are already soaking wet.
I mean that isn't it stupid to spend so many waters and at the same time to ask people to cut their, you know.
It's unbelievable, and that is, I say that to the governor on Twitter often when I post a video like this, or when a new story comes out about how California cut 30% of their usage from last year, and I say, but they're still doing this. So who's cutting it? Me in the apartment and the person in the normal house. But the governments and the landlords are still allowed to do this. I don't understand why. And it has no value. We are seeing it go right down the drain. It has no value whatsoever. This is not a water slide where people are happy or joy from anything, or shower, food. It is for this little piece of grass, but then it's missing it because they don't know how to water here. We have something called a food card that you have to have in the restaurants because basically I believe it was because so many immigrants are coming in that we're not yet aware of our health standards, so everyone has to take a test in the restaurant, and it's good because the people who are here didn't know either. But I think we need the same thing to be able to operate a sprinkler. Obviously, you need to be able to pass a test, and your property should have to pass a test.
Thank you.
And these fail. You're welcome. Thank you. Patrol over here, but he's not getting mad at us. But now, I mean, to water a tree, you water the roots. I'm gonna cut this video off after 15 minutes because they take too long to upload, but the point is they go on for longer than that. Did you know that watering a tree on the bark is not good for the tree? Eventually the water drops down to the roots where it's supposed to go, but all that is wasted. First of all, well, not all of it, but scientifically a large number of that evaporates. As well, we've seen trees in my videos where the bark is worn away, and these trees don't look so hot. Water the roots. Hello? Do you teach that in science? And these things that they're overwatering, they're yellow. What's the point? It's yellow. This is the Promenade Apartments. The patrol is over there. Or Town Center Apartments. Video 1. For French TV 2.